In this section, we're going to talk about online client scheduling. Online client scheduling is one of my favorite features because it gives the client the ability to create and manage their own appointments 24 hours a day, which really helps save time on the phone and is a great way to grow your business even after business hours. Rosy gives you a unique link that you can use so clients can book appointments directly from your social media accounts, your website, or even from an email campaign. This video will help you set up online client scheduling so that you can get the most out of this feature. We'll get started by going to Manage, Online Settings, and Basic Settings. Let's go through each one of these settings so you can get your online client scheduling set up exactly the way that you want it. If you want to use online client scheduling, then you need to have this first one marked to yes. If it's marked to no, you're not going to be able to use this feature. This next option gives your client the ability to create their own online scheduling account for your salon. If you want to regulate which clients get to schedule appointments online, then you'll change this to no. You will then have to create each client's online scheduling account manually through that client's client log. In their client log, you'll scroll to the bottom where it says Online Client Scheduling. You'll assign them a username, and then you'll click the reset button, which will send them a time-sensitive link to their email to reset a password for their online scheduling. You'll want to make sure that there is an email address set up in their account, otherwise they won't get that reset link. If you want to give anyone the ability to schedule online, keep this marked yes, and when your client clicks the link on your website, they'll be taken to a page like this, and will be able to click the Join Now button at the bottom to set up their account. When they click the Join Now button, it'll take them to this page where they can fill out their contact information, create a password, and create an account. Once they click this button, their account is created and they can now schedule appointments online. After they click the Create Account button, their account is now created, and anytime they go to this page, they can just enter their username and password and sign in to schedule appointments on your website. The next setting is hours in advance that clients can schedule appointments. If you're at the salon all the time and don't need any warning, then you can keep this to 0, and that'll allow your clients to schedule appointments at that time that they log in. If, however, you need a little bit of flexibility, you can set this to any number of hours. If you set it to 2 hours, then when a client logs in at noon, they won't see any appointments available until 2 p.m. on that day. This number should be set to whatever makes sense for your business. The next setting allows you to choose the order which your services should be scheduled. If you want your salon services to be scheduled first, then you'll check this box. Much of the time, this doesn't matter, but depending on your business, there could be practical reasons for choosing a fixed order. This next option allows clients to schedule multiple services within the same service group. If you'd like to prevent clients from doing multiple services, like a color and a perm on the same day, then you'll keep this marked no. If you don't mind them scheduling multiple services within the same service group, then you can move this to yes. If this next option is set to yes, as long as the first service chosen requires a secondary service, the client will only be able to schedule the secondary service with that same employee. If you don't mind that they use different employees for the secondary service, then you can change this to no. This next option allows you to regulate when clients can schedule their appointments. If they can schedule at any time during the hour, then you'll choose any block. If you want them to only be able to schedule their appointments at the top of the hour and at the half-hour marks, for instance, 12 o'clock or 12:30 or 1 o'clock and 1:30, then you'll choose half-hour. If you want them to only be able to schedule their appointments at the top of the hour, then you'll schedule the hour mark. This will allow them to schedule at noon, at 1 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, at 3 o'clock only. This next option allows you to prevent small gaps in your schedule throughout the day. If you leave Prevent Gaps Less Than None, then the software will allow clients to schedule an appointment in any open time slot, which may result in many small gaps throughout your day. Let me give you an example of when you would want to use this feature. If your most common short service is a 45-minute haircut, for example, then you would want to set this to 45 minutes. That way, if you have an appointment ending at noon, the software will only allow someone to schedule an appointment at noon or at 12:45. This keeps an open gap large enough to fit another haircut or short service in that gap. In this last option, max wait time between appointments. If you have a client that has 2 services, say a color and a cut, and you want that color and cut to be back-to-back services, then you're going to choose 0 back-to-back. This will not allow them to schedule their color at one time and their cut at a different time. They will have to be back-to-back services for that client. If you have some flexibility and you want that client to be able to have, say, 2 hours between their color and their cut, give them that option, then you'll select the 2-hour mark. If you don't really care if they get their color done in the morning and they can even get their haircut in the evening, then you would select any. After you've selected all the options in the basic settings, you'll click Save, and that will save your changes and redirect you to the online settings. If you ever want to get back to the online settings page, you go to Manage and Online Settings. Let's go through the rest of the options on the online settings page. At the top, you'll see that the online scheduling is enabled if that toggle switch is on. That means that your clients can go to this link right here, log in, and schedule an appointment online. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to highlight that, copy it, paste it on your website, paste it on your Facebook page, any social medias, in emails, anywhere where you want to give people access to your online scheduling, you can use this link to do so. When you click on the login message link, this takes you to an editor where you can change the text that people will see when they go to your online scheduling page. After you save your changes, this is what the user is going to see when they come to your online scheduling page. The theme selection link gives you the option of customizing the look of your online scheduling page. If you go up to themes, you can mess around with these different pre-made themes, which will change the colors on your page. And once you've found colors that you like, you can go down to the bottom and click Save Changes. Another customization that's going to help with your branding and let people know that they're in the right place is by uploading your logo. All of the file formats and sizing is right here. You'll just click the Upload Logo button and pull from a file on your computer. When you've uploaded your logo, you click Done, and that will appear on your online scheduling page. The Service Group Priorities allows you to choose a priority on the way services are scheduled. When clients schedule multiple services at once, it will order them according to your preferences. So if you want hair colors to be before haircuts, then you'll schedule the priority at 1 for hair color and 2 for haircuts, and this will ensure that haircuts always come after hair colors on your schedule. You can also choose the services that are available to the user in online scheduling. If there are certain services that you don't want them to be able to schedule themselves online, then you can just change this column to No. Let's say that a full head perm is really inconsistent with timing and you don't want that available for online scheduling. You'll just change this to No, and users in their online scheduling accounts will not be able to schedule full head perms. Some services require a secondary service to complete the process. For instance, if you require a haircut after a color, you'll want to set up your color services to require a secondary service, and you'll want to set your haircuts as the secondary service so that the customer must book both appointments. The service providers link allows you to select the employees that are available for online client scheduling. So in this case, because Frank is set to yes, his schedule is going to show up for online scheduling and clients can schedule with him online. But Lewis is scheduled to no, so you're not going to be able to schedule appointments with him online. You can also add a description and upload a picture for each of your employees.